Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today I have 3 kilo of minced meat and we're gonna make food preparation from that to freeze. Okay, let's get started.
So, the first dish we're making with the minced meat is going to be Bolognese sauce. As you remember, I have 3 kilograms of minced meat, but I'll probably use a half of that amount, which is 1.5 kilograms. First, I need to brown the meat in a hot pan with a little olive oil. Then, I'll add the vegetables. I'll finally dice the onion and also chop the tomatoes and celery. This sauce is really a lifesaver because it's a fully prepared dish that you just need to reheat and add to pasta or even incorporate into baked dishes like pizza or serve over mashed potatoes or rice. In any case, when you're short on time and need to feed your family quickly, the sauce will definitely come to your rescue. We'll prepare it now and then I will divide into 3 vacuum sealed bags, freeze them, and later all you'll need to do is reheat it and it's ready to go. So let's dice the tomatoes into small cubes and add them to the meat that we've already browned with the onion. Then, of course, we'll add the celery finely chopped. Some people like more celery, some less, but it doesn't overpower the sauce. It just adds the necessary hint of flavor. After that, we'll add the carrot also finely diced. Once everything is sauteed, we'll add can of tomatoes in their own juice. You can also add tomato paste or tomato sauce. I use tomatoes in their own juice. Then we'll season it with your favorite spices. Definitely salt and pepper. I basically use just salt and pepper and then we'll let it simmer with the lid on. After that, we'll add a glass of dry red wine and let it simmer for about an hour. Then we'll let it cool, portion it into vacuum sealed bags, freeze it, and it will definitely come in handy later. This sauce will be a perfect quick meal for a busy day. The next dish we're going to prepare is going to be meatballs, but not just any meatballs. We're going to hide some vegetables in them because my kids and actually my husband don't really eat a lot of veggies, and fiber is essential. So, we'll add zucchini. To do this, we'll peel the zucchini and grate it finely. The most important part is to squeeze out all the excess moisture from the grated zucchini because we don't want any extra liquid. So we'll thoroughly squeeze it out and then add it to the minced meat. We'll also add salt, pepper, and any favorite spices, and mix everything well. Then we'll form the meatballs into small round shapes and place them on a tray to freeze them. Once they're frozen, you can fry them, bake them, or simmer them, anything you like. The key is to freeze them first and then store them in a Ziploc bags or vacuum seal bags, whatever you prefer. It's a fantastic dish that always comes in handy, and you'll just need to prepare a side dish like rice, pasta, or potatoes. It's definitely a great help. The next very simple dish we're going to make is tortillas stuffed with minced meat. It's really easy. We take a tortilla, spread a thin layer of minced meat on half of it, and then fold it over so it forms a little pocket or a turnover. We do this with all the tortillas we have. And they are very easy to freeze. Just put them in a Ziploc bag and freeze them. Then, when it's time to cook them, you can coat them with egg, flour, and breadcrumbs and deep fry them. Or you can bake them in an air fryer or even simmer them in tomato sauce. Basically, you can do whatever you like. It's a quick dish that saves you time and makes a great breakfast, or you can pack it in a lunchbox for your child or your husband, or just have it as a super quick snack or dinner. The next super simple and freezer friendly dish that will also save you a tons of time is stuffed cannelloni. For this, we take the special cannelloni pasta tubes and we put the minced meat into a piping bag. It's best if the filling is a bit more on the liquid side so it pipes easily. Then we stuff the cannelloni with the meat and place them in a Ziploc bag to freeze. When it's time to cook, you just arrange them in a baking dish or a skillet, pour over pour over marinara sauce or bechamel, whatever sauce you prefer. Sprinkle some cheese on top and bake or simmer it. It's super quick. You only need about 5 minutes of active prep and then it cooks on its own. It's also a super quick dinner, and having this kind of meal in your freezer is a must for any home cook. Next up, we have baking. And baking is always a great idea to have on hand in the freezer because you can just reheat it and it makes a perfect breakfast, snack, lunchbox filler, or even dinner if you want. So, we make whatever dough you like. I used yeast dough. Then we roll out small circles and add a bit of minced meat inside. I also made them fun by creating little faces since it was Halloween at the time and they were kind of spooky. I pinch them so that it looks like a mouth and some juices might bubble out. Then I add some strips of sweet pepper for eyes and screaming mouth. That's how I made these pastries, but of course you can shape them wherever you like. This also helps any excess liquid evaporate. In the end, I got a whole tray of 12 large pastries. Then I brush them with egg and bake them. You can freeze them once they are done, but honestly, we never got that step because my family eat them very quickly. They're incredibly delicious, tender, fluffy, and hearty with the meat inside. It's such a great idea to always have these on hand for a quick snack. So, in total, it took me about an hour and a half. I had 3 kilograms of minced meat, and I ended up with meatballs, stuffed cannelloni, meat pastries, 3 portions of Bolognese sauce, and several stuffed tortillas. These are fantastic make ahead meals with minced meat. And if you're looking for more ideas, definitely subscribe to my channel, give it a thumbs up, and leave a comment of what else I should make. Thanks for watching!